Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Chilling with Londa. Welcome to my channel, and if you already returning, if you already a part of my crew, what's up, what's up? I have another story time, and let's go ahead and get into the story, y'all. But today, I don't know whether to call this like a horror date, because we had a few dates, more like 2 or 3 dates, but let's talk about it. So, when I had my apartment years ago when I was younger, I was serial dating. Like I would date. I had a few guys on my line. So I was also on this website called Moco Space. I hate to bring this up, but who's calling me? Hold on, y'all. I was serial dating, y'all. So I had a couple guys on my line. You know how it is. If you are like around my age, or if you familiar, let's say, I was on this website called Moco Space, y'all. If you remember Moco Space, then good for you. If you don't, then I'm sorry, girl. But I was on this website called Moco Space back in the days. I still remember my username and everything. But this website helped time pass by. I met a couple cool people on there, and I met this guy. I don't even think I gave him a name, y'all. I'm gonna call him, let's call him Shorty. And he wasn't even short, that just came to my head, but let's call this guy Shorty. So I met this guy on Moco Space named Shorty. He was not my type, y'all. I love dark skinned men, but he was not my type. He you know, on his pictures he was tall, very skinny, dark complected, which was okay. His facial features was just not my type. But we're dating, we're talking. So he wrote me, I wrote him back. We started talking, and he seemed like a cool guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So eventually, you know, I did give him my number. We exchanged numbers, and you know how I go. We started texting or whatever, and he was a cool dude. He didn't give me any you know, bad vibes or nothing like that. He was a very cool he was a very cool dude, y'all, to say the least. So, you know, while we're talking, we're texting, we sent pictures to each other all the time. He liked my pictures, I liked his pictures. That's something that we would both do. So one day, you know, I did tell him that I stayed with by myself. I don't know why, but I told him I had a little apartment, a little whoop-de-whoop, and he asked to come over one day. So, you know, of course, I was like, no, we could meet somewhere. But at this time, y'all, I did not have a car. Shorty did not have a car, and it was just one of these things where, like, hey, I have my own apartment, just come over, you feel me? So that was that. So we made plans to I made plans for him to come over. So Shorty made plans to come over. Now, mind you, I did not know he didn't have a car. We texted and we talked for weeks on the phone before we met in person, but we did not get to that part. So I did not know that Shorty did not have a car. But, you know, one day I told him he could come over, and he caught the bus to my house. Okay. And, you know, we hung out. Like I said, he wasn't really attractive to me, but his personality was attractive. He was very nice. He came off very nice. So that first day was cool. I did notice some things, like, you know how when you're fresh into someone's home, you don't really, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm new to someone's home, I don't really like walking around. I don't really like going inside the refrigerator. I asked to use your restroom. He came and he welcomed himself instantly, y'all. He immediately was just going in my room, just walked in my bathroom. When he was in the bathroom, he probably went through my cabinets looking at my personal items. Who knows? He was definitely comfortable going in my kitchen, because I was young, I was struggling, I was working at Macy's and Toys R Us, honey. That's when I was getting paid minimum wage, and that's when it was like $7.95, $8.25, something like that. I was getting paid coins, honey. So I needed my little snacks from the little dollar store and stuff, but he was in there eating my snacks, and it was just ridiculous. So that was like the first thing I didn't really appreciate about him, his personality. Other than that, Shorty was cool. He was a barber, to say that. Like, I hate to say that, but it is what it is, because he might stumble across, because I share my stuff. But Shorty was a barber. He cut hair, and he did a very good job. Like, to this, like, I think today I've seen him on Facebook, and he like have his own little suite now and all kind of stuff, doing his thing. Like, you know, that's what's up. So the first interaction with him at my apartment was very cool. We just chilled, you know, we didn't do much. We just hung out. Vibes was cool. Shorty was a vibe. Shorty was a vibe. So, you know, I'm not the type of woman who have to talk on the phone all the time. I don't have to text on the phone all the time. And again, I told y'all his personality was very nice, but attractive wise, I was not really attractive to Shorty. So I kind of stepped back a little bit from like how we were texting and talking at the beginning. I kind of stepped back a little bit because I don't like how he ate all my snacks. I didn't like that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. So he was texting and calling me, texting and calling me, texting and calling me. Sometimes I would respond, sometimes I would not. But for the most part, he was cool. I just was kind of ignoring him a little bit after that interaction. After that, Shorty always came off like he was a hard worker. I'm not going to say he wasn't a hard worker. He was a hard worker. But he came off as like, oh, he's just so hard working. He has so much and he just on his way up. You know, one of them kind of people. And I felt like it was kind of like a front. Like, love bombing, we didn't use that back then, but I felt like he was putting on for me. I felt like he was lying to kick it, to say the least. You know what I mean? So I kind of got that energy for him, but I still invited him over again to my apartment, y'all, a second time. So I invite him over again, and the vibes was cool. He, this time, I told him not to eat all my snacks because I didn't have much grocery money. So I told him to bring some food. He brought food. We hung out. We kicked it. So, mind you, I told y'all in other story times, if you watched it, those apartments that I stayed in, it was very nosy, honey. Everybody used to be outside on the porch doing their thing, smoking. The local treatment was always outside on the staircases. Everybody just used to be outside all the time. My neighbor girls, they used to be outside all the time. A lot of people in apartments, they didn't have no life, sort of like me. So when I would ask Shorty to come over, sometimes I would kind of ask him to come over at nighttime because people around there was just so nosy. I didn't want nobody in my business. They seen him come the first time, and I already knew, like, the neighbors that was like snickering amongst themselves, talking, just being nosy. So after the second time we hung out, I told y'all the vibe was just getting, every time he would come to my apartment, he was just getting attached. Like, he just wouldn't leave, kind of. And he would eat all my damn snacks. I don't know. Even the second time he came, I told him not to. He still was like trying to eat my snacks. I don't like that. So this is the third time. So I asked him to come over. Well, no, I'm lying. I'm starting over. This is the third time. So after the second time, I was kind of like, I don't really know about Shorty. I don't really want to, you know, I have like another guy I can talk to pretty much. I don't really want to talk to Shorty like that. So I was kind of trying to dodge Shorty, y'all. So earlier one day, he texted me on my little Nokia phone and asked me, can he come over to my apartment? And I lied. I lied through my teeth. I told him, I said, no. No, I'm not gonna be home. I don't remember what I told him. I told him pretty much no. And so he was like, let me come over, let me hang out with you, you know, I got food and this and that. Everybody know I love food. So I was still like, no. I didn't give into it. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't really want company tonight. I'm good. So I'm sitting in my living room one night, y'all, just minding my business. Probably watching TV. I don't remember. This was years ago. I was sitting in my living room. I remember though. And I get a call from Shorty, and so I pick up the call, and he's like, so you home? I'm like, yeah, I'm home. I'm chilling. I don't know why I told this guy I was home, but I'm like, yeah, I'm home. I told him I was home because when you asked me earlier, I already said no. So I didn't think that the follow-up was going to be, well, if you home, I'm outside. So immediately I was just like, well, I'm busy. Like I'm in the shower. Like I told you can't come over. And then everybody was outside this night. I don't know if it was a Friday night or a Saturday night, y'all, but all of the neighbors was outside. The apartment was jumping this night. Everybody was playing music. So many people was outside. Somebody had a little barbecue grill going out. Now, mind you, I can hear everything outside. So when he was like, I'm outside, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I'm in the shower. I'm about to get ready to go. Like, I told you, we're not going to do this tonight. So he was like, nah, you here, let me just come in and chill with you for a little bit. I'm like, no, shorty, I'm about to get ready to take a shower, and I'm about to head out and go hang out with my cousin. Like, he was persistent, y'all. I was so embarrassed because I didn't want my neighbors in my business, for one. And two, I just wasn't attracted to shorty. I just didn't like the way he looked, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. He looked like a little alien, y'all. He had a little peanut head. I'm sorry. He just was not my type. So when he was like, I'm outside, I had my lamps on in my living room and my TV. I immediately hit the floor like somebody was outside shooting. I cut my lights off in the kitchen. I cut the lamp off. I turned off the TV. I hit the ground, y'all, like somebody was shooting outside. So I hang up with him. I'm like, I'm gonna call you back. I told you I'm getting in the shower. I hung up on shorty. I'm literally laid back on. I'm ducking in the living room trying to hide. So I'm looking through my curtain in the living room trying to see if I see him in the parking lot. I see this man walking down my parking lot, coming into the gate where I stay. Oh my God, y'all! He kept calling the phone. I see the phone just blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. I ignore shorty. I cut the lights off. So the neighbors are all outside. Now, mind you, I had two big windows in the living room. So one window I could see the parking lot, and the other window I could see in front of the building where everybody was sitting. So I go from one window to the next. So he walks inside of the gate. I go to the other window, and I'm peeking, and I can see everybody just staring at him. Because why? He is just standing in the middle of the walkway, just on his phone looking stupid. And everybody out there just looking at him like, why won't you walk up to her door? Or like, who is this guy? Like, what? I was so embarrassed. So I was getting even more mad, y'all. Looking at him through this window, just standing there looking stupid. So he kept calling my phone. He kept calling my phone. He called my phone like 6 times in like 2 minutes. So I'm like, damn. He's not leaving. Like, he didn't leave. Shorty stood there in the middle of the sidewalk, y'all, and he was blowing my phone up. So eventually I pick up the phone and I talk to shorty, and I'm like, well, okay, but I'm finna get ready to go, but you could chill for a little bit. So I eventually get mad. I open my front door and he walks in. Shorty gives me a hug. Again, Shorty is a nice guy. Shorty was clean. He just wasn't attractive to me. Shorty was clean. He dressed nice. He had nice outfits. His haircuts was always to the T. You know what I mean? He had a lot of interest in me. I liked that, but I just didn't like him. So y'all know that meme where women be like, the sugar daddies I want, and they be so fine and cute. And then it'd be like, the sugar daddies that want me, they be so old, run down, like pedos, just... Yeah, it was one of them kind of situations. So he wasn't much older than me or nothing like that. He just wasn't my type. So I let him in, and I'm annoyed, y'all. I'm really annoyed. Like, I hug him, but it wasn't very welcoming. And I can't stand people who don't get hints. Is y'all the same way? You ever been around somebody, you try to give them hint after hint after hint after hint after hint after hint that you don't want to do something, or you want them to go, try to give them a hint about anything, and the person just don't get it? That was shorty. I can't stand people like that. So if you see that I'm not really interested, if you see me trying to gather my things to go, why are you like trying to leave? So I'm annoyed. He sits on my couch in my living room. I offer him some water, which I need. And it's like an hour now. We talking. He's laying on my couch, which was not, you know, the first few times he came, he laid across the couch or whatever. So I didn't think of it as a big deal. But An hour goes by. I put on my little outfit to go out with my cousin, and we in the living room, and he's laid across my couch. Now, mind you, you might want to know why we always was in my living room. I don't like people in my bedroom at all. I don't like people in my bedroom, and I don't care who you are, family, friends, my dad. I don't like nobody in my bedroom. My bedroom is like my sanctuary. Like, things go down in my bedroom. Like, that's me. So that's why we always was sitting in my living room. So it's like an hour passed by. I'm talking to Shorty, and I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, okay, when he's gonna go? So he's not getting hints. Annoying. So he's laid across my couch, almost like, you know how like when you go to therapy and you lay crossed with your leg cocked up, just with your arm behind your head. He was in one of those positions. So now it's like, let's say he came at like 8. Now it's like 9, 10, 9, 20, something like that. And I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go, Shorty. So he was prolonging, y'all, prolonging. So like 30 minutes go by. So he finally asked me, he's like, can I stay tonight? And I'm like, no, no, absolutely not. I didn't hesitate. I say, no, I'm leaving. I'm going out with my cousin. Oh, can I stay here on the couch while you go out? Absolutely not. What? No. And in my head, I'm like, can you leave? So Shorty was just still comfortable on my couch. It was just so annoying. So I'm like, Shorty, it's time for me to go. My cousin's calling me. It's time to go. Like, and he's just like, well, let me stay here for the night. Like, let me stay here for the night. Like, I need somewhere to stay. Absolutely not. And y'all might say, girl, why you want to let this man stay on your couch for a night? Absolutely not. Let him stay on your couch for a night. Okay. So I'm like, no, Shorty, no. So it took some minutes for him to get it through his thick brain that I was not going to let him stay on my couch. No. So he gets a little attitude with me, and I get a little attitude with him. Everybody is still outside in the apartments. It's jumping tonight. I don't know, but everybody's outside enjoying their day. And yeah. So I tell Shorty he has to go because, honey, I'm leaving. You have to leave as well. Shorty leaves, and yeah, that was that night, y'all. So maybe like a week or so go by, and I'm hanging with my good cousin. I'm hanging with my cousin. Which we always used to do when I was younger anyway. We used to go out, we used to party, do all kind of stuff, just be wild and free. So my big cousin, she was with me this day. She wanted to hang out with me this day, and I was like, cool, okay. Now, get a kick of this, y'all. I'm just going to jump the gun a little bit. Shorty had a brother that stayed in my apartment building, and I had no clue about it. Shorty brother stayed across the hallway from me on the other end of the building, actually. So that's just a little side note. Me and my big cousin hanging out one day, and you know, we hanging out, we doing our thing. And so Shorty writes me, he's like, yeah, it's my birthday today. And I'm like, well, shit, come hang out with me and my cousin. He's like, yeah, this day, you know, it was a turn up day, it was the weekend. I didn't have a problem with Shorty coming over because shit, it's your birthday, like, turn up, let's go. Like, so I invite Shorty over. He catches the buses over to the apartment to where I stayed at. And my cousin, she was like, oh, I don't remember the introduction to them, but she sees Shorty, and she's like, what school you went to? You know how that goes down. What school you went to? What school you went to? I went to this school. So apparently they knew each other from back in the day or whatnot. So the vibe was really cool. Like, they got along pretty good. So it was just us three. We rode, my cousin had a car. So of course me and Shorty was riding with big cousin all day. I don't remember all the full events of that day. This was years ago. I just remember we were at the park. Well, we brought a bottle for him. Me and my cousin went half on a bottle for Shorty. A bottle of some white liquor, probably was a big bottle of Ciroc, because that was our thing back in the day. That pineapple Ciroc or coconut was my thing. So we probably brought him a big bottle of pineapple and coconut Ciroc. We went to the park. We was out there having a good time, just relaxing with our little drinks, honey. What else we did? I don't know. We didn't go out to eat. I don't think we went out to eat or anything like that. We just was tearing the city up that day, y'all. My big cousin had a car, and we was riding around Miami having a good time. We rode on the beach, went to the park, we grabbed liquor. We just went back to the apartments. Okay. So we went back to the apartments, and so today, the day is winding down. And, you know, my cousin is now laid back, and she's welcome in my home. So she's doing her thing on some part of the apartment. Me and Shorty, we're talking, we're having a good time. The day went so smooth. And I was just so proud. Like, I don't know, he just wasn't pushy. And until I went to the restroom, and, you know, like I said, my cousin was in the living room or doing something. And so I went to the restroom, and Shorty must be seeing me going to the restroom. You know how when you want to ask somebody for a favor? Y'all come relate to me now. You know how when you want to ask somebody for a favor, you try to catch that person while they're alone, away from everybody else, so you don't feel ashamed. He did one of them. So I went to the restroom, and I'm using the restroom. Shorty knocks on the door. I open the door. Yeah, I open the door for Shorty. So he comes in the restroom, and he's just like, "Can I spend the night with you tonight?" And I was like, no. No, ma'am. Y'all might keep asking, why you want to let this boy spend the night and sleep on your couch? Let him sleep with you. Let him sleep on your couch. No, because when you allow a person, especially, he wasn't even family, but family a whole nother story, but especially when you allow someone to sleep on your couch and they have like nowhere to go. I assume he had nowhere to go. It's that one spending night is going to turn, and when he wake up the next morning, he's going to be like, well, I don't got nowhere to go. Can I stay another night? And then it's going to be like, can I stay another night? Absolutely not. No, ma'am. So I told him no. And he asked me again. He was like, man, please let me spend the night. Like, I got nowhere to go. Like, let me spend the night. He did tell me that, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, no. I told him no. So he did cop a little attitude with me and whatnot, but it wasn't too much. You know, I come out the bathroom and we're all just still kicking it. We drinking our little Ciroc, we hanging out, we having a good time. So now, side note, remember how I told you I allowed no one to come in my room? Like, my cousin came in my room, you know, in and out type thing, but I don't really allow anyone in my room. So in my room, I had, you know, it was a bedroom. Bed, whatever. I had a computer desk, y'all. I had a computer desk, a desktop in my room, you know, stuff like that. And on my desktop, I had $32 exactly. I had $32 exactly on my computer desk. In my room, I had like 2 little trash bins, you know, like the little trash, you know, trash bins. I had 2 of those in there. And in my trash bins, I put grocery bags in my trash bins. How y'all do it? But I put trash bags in my garbage bins in my room. So that's just an idea of how my room was set up, right? So now, mind you, I don't know how he even, but we're going to get to it. So my cousin must have left. I think she left because she wasn't around when this happened. Or was she? No, she wasn't. So my cousin must have left. She must have got a little tipsy, or maybe one of her little hot things called her. Not sure. Maybe one of her little hot things called her, and she had to hit the road. Anyways, she had to hit the road, child. So it's just me and Shorty at this point. He got a little attitude. I'm ready for him to go. So I feed Shorty. I'm not going to lie, because my big cousin was there. We cooked. It was his birthday. We had a little extravaganza for him that day. We brought him all kind of stuff. We just had a good time. We did everything but go to dinner that night. Like, we treated Shorty so welcome. Like, we treated Shorty so good. I won't understand what happened. I don't understand what happened. So my cousin leaves. I am now washing the dishes in the kitchen. I remember I was in the kitchen washing dishes, and so I'm washing a plate. I'm washing something in the sink, and I just remember not seeing Shorty for like a couple minutes. I don't know. I'm washing some dishes in the sink, and so Shorty, I could see him to the right of me. He comes in the living room, and he's like, "You want me to take your trash out in your room?" And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little confused. In my head, I was like, why? But at the same time, I was like, well, maybe Shorty just trying to kiss up to me. Maybe he's just trying to help out, clean up, whatever. I don't know. So I continue washing the plate, and I'm like, yeah, sure, you could take my trash out for me in my room. I would love that. So he goes, I see a little trash bag, the ones I keep in the garbage bin, wrapped around his hand, and he goes out the front door, and I see him goes to the parking lot. So I continue washing my plate, my little dishes in my sink. So I had maybe, I don't know, it was like a half a sink of dishes. I finished washing the dishes, and it hit me. I was like, where the hell Shorty went? He never came back in the door. So I'm like, where the hell Shorty went? So I'm just thinking, I look out remember the side window, I could see the parking lot? The dumpsters was there. So I look out the side window, I don't see Shorty. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I don't see Shorty. Maybe he walked to the store. So I sit on the couch, cut on the TV, kick back. I allow some few minutes to go by. So I'm like, damn, where did Shorty go? Like, I'm calling his phone. He didn't answer me. He didn't answer the call. It was going to voicemail, y'all. So it hit me in my head. I was like, go look in your room. So I was like, go look in your room. So I got up and went in my room. Y'all, I looked straight to my computer desk. Tell me why. My damn $32 is gone. I would never forget it. $32. And that's when it hit me. I was like, yeah, that's why he wanted to take my damn trash out in my room, because he wanted to just get away with my money. And I'm sitting there thinking like, I'm so stupid. Like, I'm sitting there like, I'm so stupid. Like, how did I not see this? Like, because why would you want to take my room trash out of all the trash? It's trash right here in the kitchen. It's trash in the bathroom. Why the hell do you want to take my trash out in my room? And even till this day, I don't even know how he even got in my room to see that I had $32 on my computer desk. I'm thinking maybe my room door was cracked and I didn't know it. And you know, when you leave the bathroom, you get a little view of my room, and maybe he's seen the little $32. Honey, when I say my calls was going to voicemail, he didn't answer the phone. I walked out to the parking lot, to the end of the parking lot, to out the apartments. I didn't see Shorty nowhere. I didn't see him anywhere. He was gone, child. So I sat there on the edge of my bed for a while. I'm like, I know you fucking lying. This man just stole $32 from me. So I called my cousin. And I tell my cousin was like, that bum. We brought this man liquor. We brought him all kind of snacks that he needed. I allowed him in my apartment 2 or 3 times. We treated Shorty like a king that day. He had a good time with me and my cousin, and he steal $32 from me. So time, I don't know, some time goes on. I'm outside hanging, doing my little smoke on the stairs, and like I told y'all, it's the guy down the hallway. We gonna call him Shorty number 2 because he the brother. So Shorty number 2, he was cool with me. So we outside, he comes up, and I'm telling Shorty number 2, and I'm like, yo, you know, I told him about my little date or whatever, or what happened. He was like, you talking about his name Shorty? I'm like, yeah. He was like, how he look? I'm like, he tall, got a little pea head, dark skin, little alien face, you know what I'm saying? He a barber. So Shorty number 2 is like, bro, that's my brother. Like, you lying. That's my brother. Like, that's my blood brother. Like, where you meet him from? And I'm like, Moco Space. Like, you know, he was like, yeah, that dude be on that website all the time, meeting girls and stuff. So he was like, that's my brother. And I'm like, well, Shorty number 2, your brother ain't no good. Guess what your brother did to me? Me and my cousin, we gave your brother a good time for his birthday. And guess what he did? He stole my $32 and ran off. So Shorty number 2 was like, nah, for real? I'm like, yes. I want my $32. Can you tell your brother to come bring me my $32, please? So he was like, oh, I don't talk to him like that, man. I don't talk to him like that. You know, he come around sometimes, you know. I don't really kick it with him like that. You know, he a little slimy and stuff like that. You know, figures. Maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe he wasn't. Who knows? But he said he didn't talk to his brother like that, so I took it with a grain of salt, and I'm like, cool. But this is what your brother did, shorty number 2. He's a thief, and he's a bum. Now, I can't figure out for the life of me, why would shorty do that? And in hindsight, y'all listening, you might be like, girl, because you wouldn't let him spend the night at your house. Maybe so. Maybe so. I sure hope he took them little funky $32 and went to a Hotel 7, a Motel 7, or a Motel 6 with that little $32. I hope it served him well, or he did something with it, because obviously he needed it more than I did. I ain't gonna say that I wasn't hurt. I was a little hurt because it was $32. You stole $32 from me because I want to let you stay with me. So yeah, the conclusion of the story time is I should have told him no. I should have stood with, I lost $32, but that ain't nothing to a G. I made that back the next day working at Toys R Us. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing to me. But what I'm saying is, you stole something so miniature, like so cheap. You stole something $32 because I want to let you spend it. Like, so yes, I stand on my answer. I'm happy I told him no, because it probably would have been a problem getting him out of my apartment. He probably would have ate all of my food continuously. He probably would have put a dent in my couch from him sleeping on my couch all the time. And he probably just would have never left, y'all. If you can do something like that to somebody you quote unquote like a lot, you stole my money after we just gave you a good day, you are a piece of crap. You are an infected toenail, shorty. You are the scum between my toes. You make me vomit, shorty. Like you just smell like the goo that be behind people's ear who didn't bathe in a week. You is just so bad. You smell like a dead dog when you ride past and your window down and your mouth open. You smell like a dead dog.
Why would she say that?
You just, I'm still mad about that $32 because how could you steal from me? I would have gave it to him. So I'm just on my little rant about it now. But you know, it is what it is. Life goes on. I haven't seen shorty since that day. It is so crazy because his brother stayed there for years, for a long time. I haven't seen shorty since that day. I'm talking about he just performed a disappearing act on me. I see him on Facebook though. I just never wrote him. Like I said, he do Barbara. He's doing pretty well for himself as a barber, I guess. He cuts hair pretty nice, and I should write him and ask him for my $32. It's surprising that he didn't block me. I don't know how we went from Moco to Facebook, but yeah, he's on my Facebook today, so yeah. And that would be my story time, y'all. It just disgusts me. I just can't. Like, y'all know how women wear wigs and they didn't wash their hair for like 2-3 months and they've been sweating and they finally take that wig off and it just stank and they got all that goo and stuff. Yes, that's shorty. That's shorty. You know how like you seen a real big person and they can't wipe themselves real good and they have doo-doo streaks in their underwear? Yep, that was shorty. Like everything bad I could think about, that was shorty. And any bum who ever crossed me, I'm gonna think y'all like that. It's just ridiculous, y'all. I just can't. I'm just ranting. Let me just rant on that. $32. Let me just rant on that. That's just ridiculous. $32. You know how like your dog run their ass across the carpet to get the extra doo-doo out of their butt, and then the little doo-doo streaks on the carpet? Yup, that's shorty face. That's shorty face. Yup. But yeah, I'm done. I'm being silly. I'm just sitting here rambling, y'all. Y'all, if you enjoyed my story, if you enjoyed me, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That word is hard to say when you have a twisted mouth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I am out. I'm done talking. And until next time, my lovelies, peace.